Hey guys, my name is Dan, and I'm just starting to learn this modular stuff, and I wanted to make a video because I had to teach myself some things that I couldn't really, I couldn't easily find in YouTube, and that was just basically how to make a sound happen. And you could always, you could take the oscillator and put it in the output tab, but you can't control it, you can't do anything. So basically there's two things to remember. There's audio, and then there's control voltages that you're applying to modules to change that audio. So there's even though it's all chords and whatnot, there's control signals, and then there's the audio signal. Just remember that. Real simple stuff, only for beginners, right? So throw up an oscillator, VCO, voltage control oscillator. I got an LFO over there. I got an ADSR envelope generator here, and amplifier module. So what you can do is you can use the envelope generator and affect the amplifier to create a velocity envelope on your sound. And last but not least, you're going to need a MIDI to CV module. If you're wanting to use a keyboard or some such device to control voltage with. All right, so I'm no expert, but this is real simple stuff. You're gonna click the note. You're gonna tell the note. You're gonna go to control voltage 1 input on the oscillator. That's gonna tell the oscillator what pitch you want to play. Of course, I can't make any sounds because I don't have an output yet. But we're telling the oscillator what to do. All right. There's different output waveforms. This oscillator has the basics. So click on the output, and remember, this is your audio signal. So this is what is, you're going to try to influence. But this is your sound. So direct it to the amplifier module. Connect it to the input. Even though the green CVs is lit up as an option, it's not really going to work to connect to that. So okay, so we got the envelope generator here. I'm going to go to the MIDI CC because we want to tell it. We got to tell it when we play a note, because otherwise it doesn't know. All it knows, is what you tell it. And sending an audio signal to it it's not going to do anything with it, because it's a control module. So the gate output will tell the envelope generator when you're striking the key. All right, and then so you got the ADSR knobs. I'm sure everybody actually knows what those are if they're looking this stuff up. So I'm not going to go over that. And then there's an output. This output is control voltage output, because this is a control module. So connect that over to the control voltage input. Now, based on the ADSR settings on these knobs, it's going to influence the audio signal being input to it, how it basically raises the velocity up and down in time. And if you raise the gain real quick, provided that I actually output it first. So yeah, output your signal to the left channel. Left is mono. If you want stereo, hook up more oscillators and go ham on it. So now I should be able to bring the gain up. All right, but we want to have a controlled sound, and we're using the envelope generator to do that. So now the gate of the MIDI is going to tell the ADSR when I hit a key, and then that's going to send an appropriate voltage output signal to the voltage controlled amplifier, which will basically, it's a velocity filter, and it'll affect it over time, and it'll pass through the audio. hold the key down and press another one after it, it skips the attack part. But if I stop the signal for a split second and then continue with another one, it works. So that's basically it. That's what you got to know. Control modules, and then how you want to affect your audio. And if you wanted to, you could bring in a filter and have the ADSR affect the filter, whatever filter you want. This VCA actually, as you can see here, has a dual output, so I could take a saw wave and put it in the other input, and then take its output and put it on maybe the right one. And then when I push a key, and I want to make sure that the control voltage output for the envelope generator also goes to the second part. And then now I should have make sure your control voltages are about the same, otherwise you're going to get velocity differences or volume differences. Some sounds are louder than others, so you're going to have to adjust the settings to, because there's different and multiple and abundant harmonics associated with different waveforms. So, and then of course, real quick, since we're on it, the LFO's right here. So, it's basically it's an oscillator. It's just a slower oscillator is all. And so so you're using these audio outputs, since they're really going to be below the range of hearing, they're going to be used as control signals. So what I like is this square wave. Apply the square wave to the control voltage input number 2 and adjust the frequency. And then as well, if you take the control voltage dial, and that will lessen or enhance the effect of the control voltage, what it has on the pitch, in this case for the oscillator. Raise it up and down the pitch. So a square wave is basically, positive, negative, positive, negative. There's no sweeping. If you want sweeping, you would use a sine wave for that. And then here, I'll show you real quick. I'll raise the control voltage more, and then that pitch range will increase. So there's that to mess with, and then the frequency, of course. Phone in there, actually, an old style touch-tone phone. If I get rid of that saw wave. Oh, I noticed that the outputs, if they have both detected, then you can get sounds just out of the left channel. But if I take the output, whoops, gotta take it from this side. Then you remove the right input to the output, then you get mono. I want to get that phone sound. It's so cool. That ranges. Well, anyway, so that's basically it for learning the modular world. Once you understand that there's control voltages that are used to control things and how they function, and then there's audio outputs. There's those two different things. Technically, both can be used interchangeably, but just as a fundamental way of understanding how the things work, it's best to know those two things. So, appreciate your guys' time and attention, and hey, if you like, and throw a like up there and subscribe. And I'm kind of lax on this kind of thing, but this is kind of a New Year's thing, so I'm kind of like, I really want to get into this and do a good job and figure some stuff out and be creative and share and all that fun stuff. So appreciate your time. Thanks.